Welcome to Work Wednesday. So to start today, let's talk about something that musicians never really think about, I don't think. At least I didn't until I was much older, which is investments. And I know I had another video here about investing, but they were different types of investments, more what you would invest in if you were just looking for cool gear. This is more broad. So here are the top 5 ways to invest your money as a musician. Let's get started. Number 1, if you have any debt, the best investment you can do right now is to pay it off. So if you have any amount of money, meaning $1,000 that you're like, I would like to invest this in something, paying that debt is priority number 1. Why? Because that debt being paid off pays yourself an extra 24%-ish, up to that, 17 to 24%, right away. So your $1,000 immediately makes you 17 to 24%, which is one of the highest interest yields you can possibly get. So again, investment number 1, if you have any debt, pay it off. Number 2 best investment would be a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA is basically money that you've already paid taxes on that you can put into an investment account. And then when you withdraw that money later in life, it is tax-free. All of the interest that's been made in that account is tax-free when you're older. It's a good investment, especially if you think you're going to be making more money when you're older, and taxes will be higher at that point. Generally, taxes will be higher at that point because you will be making more money. So most of the time, it's a good way to go. And you can only invest $6,000 a year. So it's a good way to go because it also caps you at $6,000 a year. The other side to that coin would be a traditional IRA, which would be something that you pay taxes on later. So it goes in pre-tax. You can write it off now and not pay taxes on whatever money you put in. But when you get older, you pay taxes as you pull it out. So this would be the flip to that coin. If you're making tons of money now because you have a YouTube channel and you're a millionaire, but you don't think you're going to be making millions of dollars a year as a YouTube guru when you're older, then this is the one you want to do. Put all your money in there now so that you're not paying taxes on that money. And then when you're no longer a YouTube rock star making millions a year and you're just an average Joe making $50,000 a year, then you can pull that money out and get hit with the taxes at a much lower tax rate because you're making less money. That's your third option. Fourth option is invest in yourself. Think about gear that you need. Think about starting a company. Investing in yourself with that money is always a good option because the return is usually pretty high. So that would be my 4th recommendation. And my 5th recommendation would be to invest in the like button. Most like buttons are left desperate and needy, begging for investments on the corner of the street, asking just to be invested in once by each individual person. Each individual person. Each individual person. If you invest in a like button today, you may save one happy puppy. Or if you don't like dogs, cat. You may save one lucky cat. Post 9 lives. Invest today. And no, the last one is real estate. Real estate is something that you can rely on. It always goes up in value. And although most musicians are renters, at least in my experience up to my 40s, most of the people I know, I'm not 40 yet, but I'm getting there. Most of the people I know are still renting. Own. Look at the money that you've spent in renting in the last decade of your life and realize by looking at that you could have owned a house by now in just 10 years from what you've spent in renting. Maybe not a house in the city, but a house nonetheless. So, stop renting. Buy. And I know the comments might be like, but I don't have the money to buy. It's true. It's true. That is a downside. And I don't have a solution for that other than do the first 4 things, and then you'll actually probably have money left over to buy. So that's your Work Wednesday for today. It's a totally different one than usual, but I think musicians need to hear this because we don't always set our priorities straight. We always think about the new pedal board that we want to make or the new Chase Bliss pedal that's amazing. And we should be thinking about how we can sustainably get all of those things whenever we want them, because we have plenty of money to waste on pedals and watches. See you at least Friday for the return of part 2 of my guitar video. See you then.